Investors and traders, welcome to the channel. Today is 17th of June 2025. Hope everyone is doing fantastic. So we'll take a look at the key markets. So today is Tuesday. This is a technical Tuesday. So we'll take a look at the key US technology stocks. But we'll take a brief look at the markets as well because of the geopolitical situation going on. So it's good to keep a pulse on the overall market. As always, the video is for educational purposes only. It's not a financial advice. So let's take a look at the S&P 500. This is the cash index. What we have seen is actually not much happening. The geopolitical event started last Friday. We saw the market being down. Then yesterday, which is Monday, it went back up. And now it's closed down today, about 50 points. But it's still above the 20-day moving average. So it appears that the market at this moment doesn't seem to be too much concerned for some reason. Because we haven't seen big moves like this. We haven't even seen a 2 standard deviation move yet. So that's quite interesting. And if we just take a look at the VIX index, which is the S&P 500 volatility index on an annualized basis, and what we see is actually it being up about 12.92%, nearly 13% today. So it seems to be picking up. So I think it's got a chance to reach 28.75. If it does, I think that's where it might begin to pull back, and we might begin to see things clear up a lot more. And if we take a look at the NASDAQ 100 cash index, here we go. Let me actually remove this and this. So there you go. It completed this pattern right to the 1.618 times the AB leg, which is what the CD leg is, and it is basically just going in a range bound manner. It lost about 1% or 218 points today, but you can see it hasn't moved too much. But there is a chance if it does pull back, it could pull back right into this 38.2% retracement right in this region. Now let's start by taking a look at the technology stocks. So the first one on the list is the AMD. This is a chip stock. This is the stock which actually one of the subscribers he brought to our attention, and they wanted me to take a look at this and look at the cycles involved. And I did chart the stock. Now the key thing is that we were watching for this 130 level, and it seems to have pretty much reached there. The high was 130 spot 70, so 130 level has been reached. Now why is 130 level so important? It's because of this market symmetry concept. There we go. So this is the previous move. You can have a look at this one. This is the biggest move which turned out to be a corrective move, and we saw a market just moving lower and lower. So if this market is able to break above this, and I would like to really see good 2 consecutive closes above this level, then that's an indication that we might have seen the end to the bearish symmetry. So that's going to be pretty significant, because what it could mean is that perhaps all this downtrend might actually be over. And then if we just look at this like this, then this is just very similar to what happened here. ABCD, several of these ABCDs, and there's a fantastic move higher. So it's like a bear flag kind of formation. So this is why it's really important, and it has been up. On Monday was up about 8.81%. Today it closed about 0.5% up by 1 point, and was quite doing really well during intraday. And then sellers came in towards the close. Examining this on the weekly chart, here we go. This is our level that we are watching. Also the swing highs here. So getting above this is going to be very strong for the stock. It's really testing this area, which could turn out to be pretty strong resistance. And this is where we had several of our patterns completing these ABCDs, the blue, the red, and we have seen a nice rally off this. And then on the longer term monthly chart, here we go. What we are looking at is, so the month of June is not over yet, but if it does close positive, that's going to be second consecutive monthly positive close, which is very different to what happened in this leg from here to here. We did have two consecutive closes here, but they were not really good monthly closes, especially this one. This one was better, but after that, just no follow through. So it's going to be really interesting what's happening here. And then let's go and take a look at what is happening with Apple. So Apple is really, getting very close to our point C, which we are marking as point C. But it does look like under pressure. Look, it's forming a rounded top kind of formation like this. And that's not going to be good, especially if it gets below this point, which we're marking as point C. So something Apple, it's not looking very strong in comparison to some of the other stocks such as Microsoft, Tesla, Meta. It's not. There's something happening in this stock. I think it seems to be not as strong. Here we go. So this is 7th of April low, really important, but the stock just doesn't seem to be doing a lot. It's just moving in this big range. Let's take a look at Tesla. So Tesla this week thus far has been actually 2.75% lower, but what is important for us is, as long as the support around here, this is held, so 10th of or 7th of April lows, we think we are in this blue ABCD higher, and we could see much higher prices, but meantime it just seems to be going sideways. You can see that there's nothing going on here. A pretty strong move to the downside on 5th of June. I believe that's when Mr. Musk, he was having a some sort of comments he put about Borders on X, the social media platform, and what we have seen some sort of recovery, but it's being capped by the 20-day moving average. So this 5th of June low is very important, but the really important one is 7th of April low in Tesla. Now let's take a look at Meta. There we go. So the Meta is one of our favorite Magnificent 7 stocks. Did a nice ABCD double bottom, went into this target of about 675 to 680. It's actually breached that level, and it's just doing nothing at the moment. It just went into this gap formation right here. There's a chance it could pull back, but more likely remain a range bound market to the downside, and then it will be quite nice if we could get a pattern like this. Something like this, then we get a decent kind of a pullback, and then it moves. That's gonna be really, really good. Let me actually remove these lines here. There we go. And then on the weekly chart, the stock is really, really looking strong. If it is able to get above the consolidation is going through 800, 900, that's kind of the target we could be looking at for this on the weekly. Monthly, I'm not going to take a look at that chart today. And then let's take a look at Microsoft MSFT. So MSFT found really good support from here. We were getting bullish around here, and the reason was that it actually did the entire 2022 bear market here. And we had our patterns completing with symmetry, 50%, and then extended CD leg of this red ABCD. So many things. I think it'd get to about $500. Now let's take a look at Amazon. There we go. This is Amazon, and Amazon on weekly is kind of stuck, but on the daily, I think it was performing. I was beginning to look much better, so let's take a look. Yeah, it's just sideways consolidation on Amazon. Monday was pretty good. Tuesday not so much. Usually Tuesday is the turnaround day. So I think this geopolitical events are likely to impact this because supply chain disruptions for third-party sellers and Amazon's own shipments, etc. Now let's take a look at Roblox. Roblox is rocking and rolling. It's performing really well. So it completed its correction right here, and it's doubled up from 50 to, wow, 100. Amazing, amazing, amazing. So it took a long time. So we have been following Roblox for a very long time, because it's really a play on the metaverse. And look here, went through a really long consolidation, and now it's just breaking out of it. And we had drawn this possible corrective move, and I didn't know it would do exactly this. It was just drawn in advance. You can check in the archives. And the reason is, after hitting our $67 target, we anticipated that the stock could actually go into a correction, and I wasn't sure whether we'll have a complex correction or just an ABCD. So we had a complex one, so this ABCD is one leg. We had a corrective move higher, which did not go here but ended right here, and then we had another move lower to end the correction, and voila, it's just really gone higher. And here we go, that's the pattern formation we were watching for, with our target about $100, and then it's just gone above that. So that's a lot of strength. I think this got the potential to move towards a new all-time high. So Roblox seems to be doing very, very well, very, very well indeed. Now let's take a look at NVDA as well. So the NVIDIA stock has done quite well. It's possibility it could go for 170. That is possibility, but on the daily chart, so in comparison to AMD is performing relatively much better than NVIDIA. So we can see that it's just hasn't made a new all-time high yet. Just checking along. Momentum is stronger because price still remains above 20-day moving average. But I think this stock we need to be a little bit careful of only when we get the big drafts down like this and we have good pattern formations. Then it's probably good to get active into this one. Now let's take a look at Z scaler. And Z scaler, I'm gonna go move to the weekly chart. Here we go. So it looks like it will get to and hit our target right here. So long time subscribers will know that we had been following this for a very, very long time, and we thought that it's gonna be in this ABCD higher in this one. But when it was testing this point C, tested it one time, two times, there was a chance the pattern could actually fail and it moves much lower. Did not turn out to be that way. In fact, it went into long consolidations weekly chart for several weeks, months, and then finally broke out. So I think it's got a chance to get into this shaded region. I think I've covered, Netflix. Here we go. So the Netflix hasn't made a new all-time high, but it already did at the beginning of June. Just consolidating right here. I don't have much pattern formations for this one, but it's a fantastic price action in Netflix. Let's see if I have missed any of the key ones. So let's take a look at crowd. There you go. So the crowd looks like it wants to go on the weekly chart, wants to go and hit this $500 perhaps. 497 is our kind of exact target, but with this kind of strength in this stock, maybe 550 is a possibility. But let's go to the daily chart, and here we go. There we go. So it looks like any of the pullbacks to the 20-day moving average is what the shorter term traders like to watch. It gets just bought back. Fantastic stock, really a lot of strength into it. $500. This is maybe wants to do that even number. And I'm just thinking if I missed any stock that we normally like to follow for the tech. Shopify. Yeah, so the Shopify, I think it needs to do more work. Here we go. So here we go. Yeah, so it had a chance. Well, it already did the $100 on the Shopify. Kind of this trend line support is supporting it. Not doing a lot here. It went to the 78.6% retracement, closed lower. So it looks like maybe it's got a chance to further pull back because this 78.6% retracement. So this is what we are watching in the key technology stocks that we like to follow here. If you like our video, how we do the technical analysis based on pattern recognition, Fibonacci retracements, expansion, extension, and projections, then please do subscribe to the channel. And if you do, then hit that bell icon button. That way you will know when the new videos are posted and you will not miss anything. And if you found this video of educational value, then please do hit that like button. I will really appreciate that. So thank you very much. Good luck, good trading, and speak to you guys soon.